Don't you bite me.
It's kind of in my blood. My mom has been a wildlife rehabilitator for the last 45 years. So I was like a little kid when she started doing the rescuing. So it just kind of fell in my hands, and I just knew that that's what I was supposed to do. Probably the biggest one is financial, because you end up getting a lot of animals that need surgeries, need expensive vet care, medicines, and you don't, financial, there's no income in a nonprofit rescue. So that's probably the biggest one, is making sure you have enough money to be able to pay all these vet bills. We will do fundraisers for certain ones that need like a big surgery. I had a dog that needed an emergency surgery, and it was $13,000. So we did, we don't always raise the whole thing, but every little bit helps toward that bill. But vetting is very expensive, so that's the biggest challenge, is getting vet care. Just out of pocket, and then whatever we raise. We always, I always somehow find a chance to make it work. No animal is going to go uncared for because of money, even though it's hard, but we always work it out somehow. Like I always have a very big vet bill. I remember answering this on the questionnaire last night. The hardest one and the most challenging one was actually one of my own dogs that I rescued. I rescued a pit bull from Newark, or Passaic, this little pit bull, and she ended up being pregnant. No idea she was pregnant. I just come out and found 3 puppies. And then when the puppies were 5 days old, the mom had suffocated them. So 2 had passed. And the 3rd puppy, this was Christmas Eve, the 3rd puppy was still alive, bleeding from the nose and mouth. I knew I had to take it away from the mom. So I did, and by some miracle, I saved her. She lasted overnight. Christmas Day, she drank a bottle. And then I said, well, now she's got to stay with me because I have to bottle feed her. But long story short, as she grew, I knew there was something wrong with her. She just started a lot of neurological stuff. So I had to, again, $4,000 to get an MRI. And I found out that this puppy only had half a brain. She was mine at this point. Like she's staying. And I thought it was behavioral because she would have seizures that were aggression seizures all the time. So she had no idea what she was doing. So and what she would do would be attack one of my cats, attack my other dog. So I battled this on and off for years, trying to just keep her going and how to keep her in my home with also keeping my other animals safe. Because when she had a seizure, and she was done with it, she didn't know what she just did was a bad thing. This dog was the happiest dog in the world, but she was a challenge and a half, and I knew she was put in my life for a reason. Sadly, when she was 5.5, I lost her to cancer. After all that, but that I would do it over again in a heartbeat, but that was the biggest challenge I ever had.
Do you think this half brain was a result of the
of her birth, or was it
It
the
was
injury?
from the mom suffocating her, because the other puppies passed, but she survived. But at that point, the mom had already cut off a certain amount of oxygen from the brain, and it killed half the brain. So the fact that she even lived with half a brain was a miracle in itself. But then I had to go through all these challenges with her, because I even had to be careful because we think her sight might have been affected. You know, I had to let her know when I was coming near her to kiss her, like, because she might just snap in aggression at me, but she never did. But I always had to be careful of that. So it was a lot. Her name was Lena, and which is German for angel, because she was my little angel. I kind of go with my gut when because the other rescues will send me pictures of dogs. All right, these are all the ones that need rescue. Which ones do you want? And I look at the eyes in the photos, and I just pick the ones that kind of call to me. And sometimes it's just, Lisa, I just got these 3 puppies in. I have nowhere for them to go. Can you take them? And it's usually always a yes, because I don't panic myself over where am I going to put them or what am I going to. I'm like, you know what? I always tell myself, I'll make it work. I'll make it work for the animal. They do, because every bad day, I try not to always think about the bad stuff, because there's a lot. It's mentally, you know, plays a toll on you. But I think of every little life that I take is saved. And every time a dog leaves here with an adopter, that's my motivation. I have to say, that would have to be Brayla, the same dog, my little dog with the brain, because she changed my life. She changed who I was. She changed so much about myself, and she taught me so much with patience and not giving up on an animal that anybody else, at the minute she showed aggression, probably would have put to sleep. So she is always going to be my most memorable of all.
And I bet, yeah.
And there's 100 other stories I could tell you, of dogs that I got that were petrified of humans, and with time and patience, you can turn them into a pet. You can make them okay to be in a home, and just not giving up. You always have to just not give up on them. Patience is virtue with animals. I have had people take a dog home and they did one silly or mistake, or it growled, and they're returning it. Don't adopt then. You gotta have patience. Sometimes you want to say, oh, I just wish I was a normal person with a normal life. And then I'm like, nope, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd do it all over again.
Nice.
No questions asked.
All right.
Good and bad.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Going on about a year now. I started off mostly walking dogs, taking them to the dog parks and taking them for just strolls to get them out of the cages and get them some fresh air and getting a little exercise. And then I started helping out around here with different tasks around here, feeding deer, feeding some of the other animals, cleaning cages, some of the other stuff that needs to be done around here. It's a very busy place. It's hard to say, because I started off, I have 2 dogs, and I've been following a lot of rescues, and I started following Lisa, and it just worked out. It was a lot of interest in doing it, and I contacted her, and she said, yeah, I could use the help, and I came here and I started doing things, and it's grown over the year. I also help out with other things like getting T-shirts made and getting banners made and getting handouts made for when we do adoption events, and I just love doing it. It's a lot of fun, and it's great to see the animals grow and get adopted, and just mature up and see them go home. I actually started volunteering at Wayne Animal Shelter, walking dogs there, and that's how I kind of started following other rescues, and that's where I hooked up with Lisa. And but working at the Wayne Animal Shelter was my first interest in helping other animals besides my dogs. Some of the dogs are a little anxious, a lot of energy, and just trying to handle them, trying to get used to their personalities was a little rough. But I got used to doing that, and now I can pretty much handle any dog. Also, basically learning how to take care of deer, which was new, bottle feeding, learning how to get supplies to where they got to go around here, learning how to just clean cages properly and get the animals prepped for the night, to close them up for the night. How do I contribute? I try to donate too a lot. I do my best I can to help her out. I try to help her when she needs to do any kind of shots or, put microchips in and things like that. Helping out with other animals with their feedings and things like that. And they need medicine in their food sometimes, so I'll help out with that. It hasn't happened too much too often just recently. Some things are going on, but generally the animals are healthy here. They're very healthy. She gets puppies and she gets some older dogs, but they're always really healthy, and we haven't had any kind of problems here. I really haven't had a major challenge. It's every dog is unique. Every adoption is unique, and it's a lot of fun. It's really not a bother or a hassle or a challenge. Everybody's been really good here to work with, and Lisa's great to work with, and she helps everybody through any kind of adversity we have with adoptions. You do your best you can. You have to do a lot of different things here. You never know what you're going to do. It's every day is a new challenge. Sometimes she'll ask you to feed the raccoons or clean the raccoon cages or help her with the foxes. You just don't know. But most of the time, it's with the dogs. It's a dog rescue, for the most part, and you just do it. Cleaning cages for the first time was a little scary because it's a lot of work, and handling the dogs while you're cleaning their cages and everything like that was a challenge. But you get used to it, and you do it, and it's over. I mean, it's part of your effort here, part of the things you do here. Just seeing how hard she works. She really puts from morning to night, long days, and just wanting to help her more than anything. She really puts a long day in, and it's tough. She doesn't have a lot other things she can do. It's just it's a labor of love for her, and it's just you want to do it for her and help her out too, and help the animals. It was bottle feeding, and I never did that before, so that was pretty unique, learning how to do that. But the dogs, just my first thing I ever did with her was an adoption event. Even before I started walking dogs, she asked me that they needed help at Petco, and I came up there, and I just fit right in it. I loved doing it, and it was a lot of fun. And we adopted a lot of dogs that day, so it was very memorable for me. And I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad that we got to do more, and a lot of fun. I think the only thing I would probably do is do it sooner. I'm not the youngest guy in the world. I'm 59. I wish I had done it when I was 25. I would have more years to do this and help her out. And but I love doing it. I do the best I can for my age, and that's kind of it. I really just wish I had done it sooner in my life.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.